Plastic surgery pandemic in Hollywood is terrifying. Yo, what are y'all doing if I pull up with like some Botox in my face and you see me like this? Like my face just can't move because all the Botox. Bro, that's the crazy thing to me about like Botox and when people get their face done, because like their face literally can't move normally. Like they only look good on cameras. Like if you see them in person, where their face is moving so weird. Tommy, why you low-key look like nigga Steve? Fuck you mean I look like nigga Steve? Okay, y'all, be real. Is there anything right now you would get surgery for? Or even in the future? Because I'm gonna be real, y'all. Does it count as plastic surgery to get like hairline surgery? Yo, I guarantee y'all, if my hairline starts pushing back, I start losing hair, you're gonna see me in Turkey. All right, you're gonna see me with the hat covering my head for like 6 months. You're not seeing my regular head. I'm fine the way I am. See you saying that until like you pull up with a crazy receding hairline, then you're like, damn, I can't be going out like this. Not like it's our dad's generations, all right? You know, we got the options and shit. They stuck with being bald. Bro, even like the older celebs, all the older celebs now and shit, they all get fucking hair surgery, bro. A lot of the dudes be getting it. The only thing is the recovery time. I don't like the recovery time because then you also have those like weird little dots on your head. All right, let me go ahead and see this.
Hollywood has always been obsessed with perfection, but lately it feels like we've crossed the line. There was a time when drastic celebrity transformations were—
Okay, what the fuck is this thing? That is nightmare fuel. If I seen that, I straight up think this is like a creepypasta. If I seen this in my house, I think it's an SCP. Get this creature away from my screen. Gotta spritz some holy water on that.
rare enough to dominate the news cycle, like when Zac Efron showed up to that Earth Day event with a
yeah, I remember this. This looks so weird.
Completely new jawline, or when Simon Cowell's face became almost unrecognizable overnight. But now, it feels like a different celebrity's face is changing every other week. These transformations aren't shocking anymore.
But I just don't understand, because like some of them will look good and they'll ruin their face. Like, I feel like that's the thing. A lot of times they'll get like one surgery, they'll feel really good, and they're like, oh, nah, damn, now I need this, now they need this, and they have like unlimited money to do it. Like, look at MJ, for example. Bro, MJ had like one nose surgery, and then it like delved into like whatever the fuck he turned into at the end. Starlight still hurt. Yeah, I remember. Bro, anytime she comes on screen now, people just clown her on The Boys.
Everywhere. For a while, the trend was buccal fat removal. That hollowed, sculpted look that was supposed to make—
Dude, you look weird here. Like, dead ass. See, the thing is, the problem with plastic surgery, I feel like, because a looks max or whatever could actually get this. But the thing is with them, like, they work for it. They're not getting surgeries or anything. Well, maybe some of them, I guess. If you naturally have something like this, it looks nice on your face. But when you artificially do it, it's very tellable. Like, I can tell the difference between somebody that naturally has some shit like this compared to somebody that artificially got it. It's clearly tellable that he artificially got this shit. How does it look like from the side? His face gotta be pretty like an angle, like a weird ass angle like this. He already looked attractive. Yeah, he looked fine here. Right, he looked fine here.
Will appear more model-like, but instead left them looking prematurely aged and strangely—
Oh my god, Miley Cyrus got it? I ain't even noticed. Now you could tell though, because the cheeks. Hey guys, Tom NFG here. You know, only half of you guys are subscribed and even less of you guys have noties on. I hate to be a burden, but you know, I really appreciate it if you hit that sub button and the little bell next to it. You know, it doesn't take long. I know you can get mixed up in the algorithm and everything. But yeah, also tune into the streams. You know, we have a lot of fun over there. I'm telling you, we have a lot of parties going on over there. Yeah, that's it. Bye. Damn.
artificial. And now, a new wave of procedures has quietly taken over. Ones that don't just change the contours of the face, but the very expressions themselves. Swollen faces, wide eyes, skin pulled just a little too tight.
Nah, this one is crazy though. Okay, this one, whoever did this for like Kris Jenner, they low-key gotta get an award. Ew? Y'all think this is ew? Y'all know she's like almost 70? She literally looks like right here like she's fucking like 40 or something. I mean, the only problem with this is your face muscles cannot move. You just look weird. You're doing this purely for the cameras. Yeah, she's 70, y'all. She was born in 1955, 10 years before the Civil Rights Act. That's what she looked like before. But then again, yo, you get to looking at that body and you're like, ugh.
It's as if everyone's starting to look like a version of the same person. And the strange thing is, it's not just aging stars trying to hold on to youth anymore. It's people who already looked great. People who built their careers on being effortlessly good looking.
Like, you just look like a chameleon here, ma'am.
Now chasing a kind of perfection that doesn't even exist. Because when your face is your career, when every line, every subtle change is magnified in 4K and dissected online, the pressure to stay perfect can twist how you see yourself. And it can make you do something you come to regret. In just the past year, we've seen a wave of transformations sweep through Hollywood. Actors, singers, icons, all starting to look uncanny. The question is, how far is this gonna go? On
And the
Friday,
crazy thing to me is like they get so much glaze. Like they get so much glaze on social media. A bunch of people have crushes on this and that. How do you still feel insecure about yourself, dog? It's just the people you're around. Because over there, you're around people that are constantly getting. You're like, oh, I want the most. I want the most.
October 3rd, 2025, Taylor Swift appeared on the Graham Norton Show to promote
Damn, bro. Taylor Swift got surgery? I can kind of see like the cheeks looking different here. I didn't know that though.
her new album, The Life of
know.
a Showgirl. She was in a good mood, talking about her recent engagement to Travis Kelce and flashing her diamond ring. But as the cameras rolled and the guests sipped their drinks, viewers started to notice something strange. Taylor's face looked different. It was fuller and swollen in
It kind of just looks like how I suspect her to look like normally. No, okay, wait, no, it does look kind of look bigger here. God damn, look, y'all see that necklace? And you know all those diamonds are real. Holy f***ing shit. There's probably $1 million necklace right there. Probably 2 mil. You see how big those diamond stones are?
a way it never used to be,
Iced
especially
out?
when she laughed or made dramatic expressions. Her cheeks seemed heavy, her eyebrows unusually arched, and her smile looked strained, as if she was forcing it through tension. It's a look we've started to see more and more in
Oh, this is
Hollywood,
just creepy.
that
That's just
uniform,
creepy.
puffy smoothness that comes from injectables. In Taylor's case, it could be filler, Botox, or both, and the change in her face becomes clear as day when you look at her appearances on the Graham Norton Show side by side.
The tail of the brow, especially on the right side, the eyebrow that we can see,
Oh, yeah, it's like adjusted like crazy. She definitely got something.
is a bit elevated. I think what happened was if she was getting Botox into most of the frontalis muscle of the forehead, the lateral edge of it may
Necklace
not have
worth more than
gotten
my
enough
family
units
lineage.
of Botox, so you can still see a little bit of a wrinkle on her right side, and you can see that it's elevated higher.
Over the past few weeks, Reddit has been flooded with threads about it, with thousands of comments dissecting her transformation. Some are defending her, blaming fatigue, diet, or bad lighting.
Entertainment industry is absolutely cruel, ruthless, undeniable that there's immense pressures of women look good in order to sell what they're creating. Yeah, that is true. But still, I don't think just because there is pressures like that, like you should do. Because, bro, these people can afford celebrity chefs. They can have, like, over a diet over a certain amount of months just to, like, look better. Like, you just fuck your face forever, basically. And God forbid that shit goes wrong.
But others have been more blunt. I don't understand how people are saying she hasn't had work done. Most people aren't saying it to be mean, it's just a painfully obvious observation. She's always been gorgeous, but over the past year or so, she's veering more into overdoing the filler territory. Whilst I can't say I'll ever be in her position, I can understand there must be an immense amount of pressure, both internally and externally, to look your best at all times. A little bit of work here and there can enhance what you're naturally working with, and I can absolutely understand people being drawn to it if that's going to help them feel confident. The issue is knowing when enough is enough, and going from enhancement to
Like, it's just never enough for them. If you get a plastic surgery, you're just gonna keep doing it. Endless void.
completely changing parts of your face beyond recognition. What's unsettling is that Taylor is only 35. At that age, you might expect subtle changes, a softer jawline, faint lines, the natural evolution of a face that's lived a little. But not this. Not the sudden puffiness or the loss of movement and expression. And yet, some of the transformations we're about to look at are even more drastic. Ryan Gosling is one of Hollywood's most
She's old, bro. 35 is not fucking old, y'all. I hate the internet. I can't wait till some of y'all's 35 and these fucking Gen Alpha kids call y'all old. Also, Taylor, give me a chance. Wait, she just got married. I may have Snow Bunny mind control. There's certain pics of Taylor Swift where I could see the vision, but then I see the gas and I'm like, nah. Anyways, Ryan Gosling. Damn, he got plastic surgery? He was a good looking dude.
recognizable leading men. For years, he was admired for his rugged, masculine look, the kind of face that, paired
Yeah.
with real acting talent, could carry an entire film. But in recent years, his appearance has changed dramatically. His features have rounded out, and he now appears
Oh, wow.
far more feminine than he ever did before. This shift became especially clear in 2023 with the release of Barbie. Ironically,
I
the
didn't
man once
notice it.
celebrated for his natural masculinity now looked almost as plastic as the doll he was portraying. In promotional
I thought it was just like the makeup and stuff.
photos
I don't
and
know. I feel like he doesn't look that different.
interviews, his face appeared plump and swollen, a heavily overfilled look that made his skin seem tight and glossy.
Has Ryan Gosling gone too far with the fillers? Let's look at his face transformation
went all-
through
he
the
went
years
all
to
out
see the
then?
changes that have been made. Looking back to 2011, he's always had very
Yo, he was mugging here. God damn, bro. Yeah, okay, comparing this to like him now, there is a difference. Yeah, I see what I was talking about when I talked about like the natural line. Like, y'all saw a bro with like the super tightened Botox, the jawline. This is a natural natural jawline. And this shit look clean. This is, you know, what a lot of people like to achieve.
Masculine looking features, well-structured cheekbones, a squared jawline, and a wide chin. There's a certain part of his face which is very characteristic of his appearance, and that's this mid-face flatness. Again, you can see this here where the face has a sunken-like appearance. In 2021,
I don't understand that. The average person does not understand these things. Well, like when you see somebody that looks good, you're not noticing, oh, this line is shrunk. You're just like, damn, they look good. Unless it's like blatantly obvious to people, then nobody cares, bro.
this is likely where the filler treatment started. Notice a change in this area of the face where it looks much fuller and less sunken, which seemed perfectly timed for when the promo shots for Barbie came out in 2022. A year later, in 2023, this is where I think it starts to look overfilled. There's 6 years difference between these two photos, and it's clear
I really just be thinking they're just getting like fatter. Like he's getting fatter and older. I don't know.
to see the change in his facial proportions and the fullness to his mid-face and cheeks. This is further exacerbated on dynamic movement of the face when someone smiles, and this appearance is classic of what I see when someone's had too much filler put in this area.
Many fans and media outlets have linked this change in Gosling's appearance to his wife, Eva Mendes. Like Ryan, Eva was once considered a beauty icon, known
Okay, yeah, little lexicon, little fine shit right there. Let's see what
for
happens.
her striking features and roles in films like Hitch and The Place Beyond the Pines.
Okay.
But as she got older, her face began
Okay, I can see it now. Comparing the two directly, like if I just saw this originally, I'd be like, all right, she look cool. Like, no, you can see even the lips look weird. You can tell she blatantly got lips, but like comparing the two, the difference is crazy. Like she look good, bro. Why do you do this to yourself? Why? Okay, I know this is kind of different, but like I'll see girls right naturally. It might be a female streamer content creator. They'll show their face naturally. I'm like, damn, they look good. Why not just show your face like that? I'm kind of lost. It's not something I really understand, but yeah, it's up to them.
to change too. She started to look noticeably more bloated and
Ew,
stiff,
ew.
leading to speculation that she'd become a frequent user of facial fillers and Botox.
I love taking advantage of like a new kind of any kind of facial treatment, as long as it's not permanent.
Now, people think that Ryan has followed a similar path, influenced
She
by
done
Ava's
poison
own
him.
cosmetic routines,
She done
or
poison
simply
him.
by the relentless pressure in Hollywood to stay youthful. But at least those kinds of procedures can be reversed. What Emma Stone did to her face can't. Emma Stone has been in the
Damn, bro, Emma Stone was fine shit. Yo, I think it was her. It said like she lives around Austin and shit. I think if I see her and I like riz her up, I got a chance. Fuck no, yo, you never know. I'm gonna say I'm like, how old is she? I don't know, 30 something. I'm just gonna lie and say I'm 30. I feel like I could pass off for like a good 30. But like this is like a crazy looking 30.
movie business for years. From Easy A to Poor Things,
I
we've
believe
watched
you.
her grow
Thank
up
you.
on our
Oh,
screen.
wait, what?
And we've come to know her distinct look. The button nose, the defined jawline, the hooded eyes. But earlier this year, that image changed when she appeared at the Eddington film premiere.
Do you notice Emma Stone looking a bit different? At 36 and at the recent Eddington film premiere, her face looked noticeably more defined and lifted. Her brows sit higher.
You know what you do? Take off her makeup, and this right here is Caesar. Roman Empire. Not gonna lie, that's not crazy to say that. Welcome back, Caesar.
Especially the tails. The eyelids are more visible and her eyes have a more almond-like shape.
By the time she attended the Eddington premiere in June 2025, her pixie cut, which she debuted at the start of the year, had grown out, giving her a softer frame and a slightly different look overall.
I can look you with girls with a pixie cut. I don't know about y'all.
The familiar pattern in Hollywood, a change in hair or styling, arriving just as a face starts to look unfamiliar. Whether by coincidence or design, it can
Like, this is just absolutely disgusting. I'm sorry, bro. She gotta take a hammer to her face and have this whole thing redone. Madonna, like, why are you doing this? Just age old. I'd rather somebody age old than look like this. You, like, genuinely, this looks hideous.
soften the shock, and often
Handsome
it even
Squidward ass.
distracts from the real transformation. But in Emma's case, the changes to her face were noticed right away. Her eyes had always been one of her most defining features, that slightly hooded look that gave her face a unique, natural charm. And now, that character was gone.
What stands out to me is the appearance of the upper eyelid area. The feature that she may have wanted to address.
Yeah, the thing is, it does look better, like, on camera. Like, it looks more model-esque, but, like, it removes the character from your face. Like, everybody's face is, you know, sculpted by God for a reason. That's why I don't really believe in getting a bunch of face surgeries and shit, because, dude, you was born with it. Unless you really got, like, a really up nose or something. I've seen videos of one girl that had a really up nose and like she low-key had to get plastic surgery. Like that shit was extending like crazy. Other than that, there's no point really. I don't think there's a lot of point in ever getting like a plastic surgery. It just really doesn't make sense to me. And especially if you have a good workout and diet, you stop eating sugar, but your face automatically looks way better.
Is that hooding that we mentioned that she had from a young age. A common procedure to address this is called an upper blepharoplasty or an eyelid lift, where a surgeon removes a conservative amount of skin and leaving enough behind so you have no problems blinking, and that can improve the hooding and kind of improve the ability to wear eyeliner or eye makeup if that's something that someone chooses to do.
Hooded eyes can give a sleepier appearance because the extra fold of skin partially covers the eyelid, creating a natural heaviness to the gaze. That's why many people opt for an upper blepharoplasty to remove that excess skin and make the eyes appear more open, lift.
How do doctors even find out how to do shit like this, bro? And how do celebrities specifically pick this? I don't understand it. Because to me, I'm seeing it. There is a difference, but like, I don't know. It's not crazy to me.
And youthful, but the eye area is also one of the most expressive parts of the face, so even small changes there can completely alter how someone looks. And that's exactly what we see with Emma. The majority of the online discourse around her transformation began after this procedure, even though she's been subtly tweaking her appearance for years, from minor adjustments to her lips to subtle refinement.
I will say though, it isn't the worst adjustment out of like at least a couple of them we've seen. It is blended with her face better. Because if I just seen this initially, I wouldn't think she had plastic surgery.
It's in her nose.
And in 2024, when I compare back to 2009,
okay, so this is the differences. Yeah, like it is a difference. I feel like her skin is just paler. Did she just become more pale? Yeah, I still pick the person on the left though.
what I'm seeing is that the upper lip now has
Skin
more
transplant?
general volume. And now we're getting closer to a 1-to-1 upper to lower lip ratio. And as we discussed earlier, I am seeing some
Could be
filler
lighting, but other
migration
than that, yeah.
that's going beyond the upper vermilion border. In 2013, at the age of 25, I'm seeing that there are some signs of a potential rhinoplasty procedure. You can see that there's
Now that's typically normal. Like rhinoplasty, a lot of people do that for changing their noses, which you could do that and it could look normal. It's like a common thing, but bro, anything else, Botox, whatever, it just doesn't look normal on you.
increased nostril show, both on frontal view as well as the 3/4 view. And also, the tip to me looks more refined and it appears slightly more lifted or rotated.
I look-key like
Despite the
left
changes
one
taking
better.
away some of her original charm, Emma still looks natural and believable. But the same can't be said for Kris Jenner. Kris Jenner is no stranger to transformation. For years, the Kardashians have been the face of cosmetic enhancement and image obsession, a family that built an entire empire around beauty and branding. But even with everything we've come to expect from them, Kris's latest look has turned heads. In May 2025, Kris
Yo,
appeared
I'm so glad the Kardashians are like hated now and nobody likes them. Oh my, wait, what the fuck? Yo, these angles are crazy. The amount of men's lives they've ruined. The amount of like weird shit they've done is actually insane too. Just in general. They ruined my king Kanye. Unironically, bro, they drove Kanye insane. Not everything. The way they treated this nigga, bro, they treated him like a house pet. They treated his ass like a fucking house pet. Now they slowly did it and then he turned into whatever we have now.
in a series of Instagram posts looking dramatically different. Her face looked tighter, smoother, and more lifted than ever, with the skin around her jaw and neck pulled high to match. Within hours, screenshots were circulating across social media with comments like, "What happened to Kris Jenner's face?"
I just want to know if her cheeks can move and everything. I want her to do this. Like, could you do that?
That's not the same.
Yeah, her face, she's probably gonna have a stroke, heart attack.
Plastic surgeons and aesthetic experts quickly weighed in, suggesting she'd had a deep plane facelift, one of the most invasive surgical procedures for facial rejuvenation.
There is no non-surgical technology or technique or procedure that can create change like this. The only true way to improve the shape of the face and return it back to its more youthful look is through surgical procedures. Kris Jenner's recent transformation represents somebody who's had a facelift.
The surgery typically involves incisions made along the hairline and around the ears, allowing the surgeon to access and reposition the deeper structures of the face, the muscle, fat, and connective tissue beneath the skin. The goal is to restore youthful definition along the jawline and neck while reducing sagging, but it can also leave fine scars near the temples and ears and carries risks like swelling or temporary nerve weakness. It's designed
Nerve weakness? So you're probably risking just dying. Like, you're 70, man. Most of us, luckily in life, we probably got like 10 or 15 years after that. Why did you do this now?
to lift not just the skin, but the underlying muscle and tissue, creating a pulled, almost sculpted appearance. But all of that change comes at a cost. According to the US Sun, Kris's facelift cost her $150,000. Out of
I'm not gonna lie, that's actually not a crazy price. And she's like probably a billionaire by now. That's fucking nothing to her.
all the transformations we've looked at so far, this one easily sits at the top of the scale, both in terms of
insane?
risk and price.
It's a lot.
But unlike most celebrities who go to great lengths to hide their cosmetic work,
What is this
Kris has
left
been
one?
unusually open about hers, even publicly thanking her surgeon, Dr. Stephen Levine.
He's a very talented young man.
Oh my god, look
What
at her
many
face, look at her
people
face
don't
muscles.
realize though,
He's a very talented young man.
Oh, fuck no. Look at her face muscles.
A very talented
They're not
young
moving.
man.
Bro, the cheeks are not moving. Like, even when I talk a little bit and I'm a little bit more animated, all my shit is moving. Oh, that's so fucking creepy.
many people don't realize though is that this wasn't Kris's first facelift.
These days, everyone's talking about Kris Jenner's new look, but back in 2011, she admitted to having her first facelift. Before
she
that
got
surgery,
two?
She had a softer jawline and mild neck laxity, and after you can
Oh
see
my
that sharp
God.
jaw to neck transition.
The truth is, there's no stopping aging. Even with 2 facelifts, it always catches up eventually. But in
Yeah.
Kris's case, the procedures seem to have done exactly what she wanted. The response to her transformation has been largely positive, with many saying how refreshed she looks. But for every success story,
Nah, I think it is just a crazy thing that, like, that surgeon, bros, yo, he got it, I'm not gonna lie. Because that's insane. If you showed anybody that picture, they didn't know Kris Jenner, they said guess the age, they would not say 70.
there are plenty that don't go as planned.
But then after that, you see, like, the actual cheeks moving and her talking, you're like, ugh.
And in Bradley Cooper's case, his transformation has everyone asking the same question.
got a bag for
what
sure.
went wrong?
His
From The
exposure bag
Hangover
was
to
probably
Silver
better
Linings
than the actual
Playbook
bag.
to A Star Is Born, Bradley Cooper built a career on playing men who were flawed, complex, and human. He embodied classic Hollywood masculinity, the rough around the edges charm, the scruffy beard, the piercing blue eyes. That's why people were stunned after his media appearance on October 10th, 2025. Bradley
Oh, that's
attended
recently.
the Is This Thing On film premiere in New York, and he looked almost unrecognizable, like a completely different version of the man audiences had watched for years.
We can all agree that Bradley Cooper at 50 years old is looking very different. So I'm going to talk through what I think he's had done to look this way. In the past, we've associated Bradley with a more rugged and masculine appearance. And we are now seeing a noticeable shift.
Holy fuck. Nah, that looks like a different wait, what? And he lost weight too. He was definitely on the Ozempic and did the face surgery. That's a tragic combo right there.
Away from that. Here at New York Film Festival, his face doesn't have that same rugged quality he's had in previous years, and I think he's had Botox and upper blepharoplasty.
He looks
lower
AI?
blepharoplasty,
Yeah, I can see that.
A face and neck lift, and likely some degree of laser resurfacing to increase the quality of his skin. I'd say the face and neck lift was probably done towards the end of 2023 because we can see evidence
Yo, that shit dead ass look like a mask. It looks like a fucking fake mask that you could just rip off. Oh, that's so creepy. Bro, imagine seeing that in person. Skin flap moving.
here behind the ear, and this appearance is typically what you see a few weeks after the operation. Comparing this photo from 2020, there's also signs here which suggest a facelift. Notice the change in contour of the earlobe and how in the after here, it's more attached.
Wait, are we dead ass? Nigga, you spent like probably who knows how much to move your fucking ear a little bit? All you did is move this part and bring it out. Bro, my ears is attached to my shit, nigga. I don't care. Nobody checks that. There's not a single soul that cares about that.
To the face. Overall, his face has a more
Hollywood ain't
refined
beating the
and
lizard
lifted
allegations,
appearance
dead
to it,
ass.
But many people are saying that it looks too much.
Most comments online haven't been kind, and a lot of people are now comparing him to Barry Manilow, another star who's known to have had heaps of cosmetic work done. While the facelift clearly changed his appearance, it's not what's drawn the most attention. Just like in Emma Stone's case, the giveaway is the eyes. Bradley always had a slightly hooded, heavier eye area, a feature that added mystery and intensity to his face. But the upper bleph erased that completely.
Okay, side by side, it looks crazy different. He looks like the FBI guy. Like, bro, damn, close your eyes, bro.
Opening his eyes so much that they now look unnatural on him. And because his eyes were
Looks like
already
a
one of his
crackhead
most
now.
distinctive features, the change is impossible to miss.
What I think is the real issue here is his upper blepharoplasty. For that, you really want some subtlety in a male patient. You don't want to just like completely open up the eyes and make it all bright and youthful, very prominent where you can see the entirety of the globe. You can see so much of his eye where you lose that mystery, you lose that cunning look.
It just looks fake.
To his eye that he had.
It just goes to show that when it comes to cosmetic work, subtlety almost always wins. The goal should be to enhance what's already there, not to buy a new face. But time and time again, celebrities forget that. And another example is David Beckham. David Beckham isn't just a football legend, he's one of the most recognizable faces on the planet. His success on the pitch made him a star, but it was his looks and sense of style that turned him into a global icon. However, over the past few years, that face has started to change. There's long been speculation about a hair transplant, but
that's not crazy. I won't make fun of you if you get a hair transplant. Cause shit, I can tell you right now, if I'm balding, I'm gonna get a hair transplant. And I better not be made fun. Actually, niggas can make fun of me before it. I don't give a fuck. Bro, wait, I actually don't care. Now, if I'm balding, I will come here and straight up say, yeah, I got a hair transplant.
what's happened since has been harder to ignore. His mid-face now looks much fuller and unnaturally inflated, completely different from the lean, angular features he was once known for. It's particularly obvious in this September 2025 ad
Oh my god, if I just looked at this dude, I would say he got plastic surgery.
he did for Verizon.
This FIFA World Cup, Verizon is bringing fans close to the
Look at the cheek muscles now moving, look.
action as I like to be.
As people age,
Challenge, bro. I'll pay each person that got this type of Botox $1,000 if they can move their cheeks in a circle for 10 seconds. Yeah, I gotta hit this. Hit one of these. I'm gonna pay you a band if you can do that for 10 seconds.
facial fat naturally
look like
decreases,
tumors?
yet Beckham's cheeks look almost twice the size. There's only one way that happens.
He looks like he's on
Hair
steroids.
transplant, Botox to multiple areas of his face, and then his midsection of his face looks much fuller. So I'm thinking possibly some mid-face restoration.
Could have been a soccer
using
legend but
dermal
chose to
fillers.
become a
He's
celebrity.
fallen into the same trap as Ryan Gosling, and it's not all that surprising. Male beauty standards are becoming just as brutal as those for women, and there's no clearer proof than seeing some of them.
I disagree. I'm not gonna lie. It's not even close, bro. It's not even close to the pressure women get. The amount of niggas I'll see talk about like, bro, and they're legit too. I'll be seeing some fine shit. Nah, she chopped, bro. Or she has this. Or she has this little, like, this thigh thing. I'm like, bro, dog, just say you don't swing this way. And it'd be an objectively attractive girl. Like, women, like, especially in Hollywood too, they definitely face more pressure than men. I don't even think it's close. These dudes are conforming more and just, like, more comfortable with doing it because it's becoming more common.
Most attractive men in Hollywood desperately trying to alter their faces. But again, injectables are the lesser evil. They can be reversed. Surgery, on the other hand, is permanent. And in Mandy Moore's case, the results speak for themselves. Mandy Moore has always been seen
Wait, this was the before? No, that's bad. That's not the same person.
as one of Hollywood's more wholesome figures, the kind of celebrity who seemed grounded,
That's her? No, what did you do to yourself, ma'am? You didn't need to do this.
genuine, and refreshingly natural. From her early pop career to her breakout roles in A Walk to Remember and This Is Us, she built a reputation on authenticity, both in how she acted and how she looked.
She looks
She's
so
always had a
different.
youthful, bright appearance, even as
Right?
she's entered her 40s. But in October 2025, something changed. At the Step Up Inspiration Awards
That's dead ass a jump scare. God damn. That's hard to look at.
in Los Angeles, she was photographed looking
She
noticeably
looks like a wax. I think that's exactly what I'm thinking of. She literally looks like a wax figure.
different. Her face showed far more fine lines and wrinkles than it had just months earlier, and there was something else that felt off. A subtle change that people couldn't quite put their finger on.
Mandy Moore has always had that beautiful girl next door look with a slightly fuller
That's
face,
rough, buddy.
beautiful full cheeks, and always had a little bit of a more hooded eyelid, which all contribute to her looking a little bit younger than she is. That beautiful facial volume has really allowed her to keep that youthful appearance and keep her looking young. As a hooded eyelid ages, and Mandy Moore is 41 now, you can appreciate that she starts to develop some extra creases or folds in those upper eyelids. You can see in this higher resolution photo of Mandy Moore smiling, those kind of multiple extra folds and creases in those upper eyelids. So here's Mandy Moore now, and I think that there are two main things that are contributing to this dramatically different appearance. One, significant weight loss in a relatively small person to begin with, and two, a surgical upper blepharoplasty. So not only has she lost a lot of that facial volume that was keeping her looking so youthful, but it seems that this weight loss
Like her whole eyes, like her nose is, his eyes are farther from each other. Her forehead is big. I'm so lost. This is objectively worse. You look worse.
was relatively quick, which is also contributing to some of the facial laxity that you're seeing in this after photo. And in terms of the eyes, there is nothing that will fully take away all all that upper eyelid skin excess and that hooding and those small creases and extra folds other than a surgical upper blepharoplasty. I do think she also had some fat removal from the medial fat pad of her upper eyelid, which is also contributing to that very hollow upper eyelid look.
In every one of these upper bleph cases, the result is the same. The person ends up looking like a completely different version of themselves. It's proof of how much the eye area defines a person's entire look, and how even small changes can completely alter their identity. After seeing all of this, it's easy to ask, why would they do it? Why risk changing their face so drastically? But it's not that simple. If we had their money, their level of scrutiny, and the pressure of constantly being photographed, many of us would
Scrutiny, who cares? Bro, people online call me chopped, ugly as shit, low meat, low dick Tommy, and gets absolutely no hoes and is gonna die lonely in the rest of his life. But guess what? I don't care, nigga. I don't care because I know I'm doing better than them. And also, I'm fine as shit. So like it don't matter.
Okay, chat, y'all weren't supposed to repeat what I was saying.
probably feel the same temptation. The problem is, it rarely stops at one tweak. Once you start fixing one imperfection, you begin noticing another and another. Before long, you lose sight of what you actually looked like, chasing an ideal that doesn't exist. That's what we're seeing.
You're conforming for the people that probably don't even like you, because if the people spam you're talking about, oh, you're chopped, I don't know, you got this f***ed up, this is f***ed up, that. Those people probably don't even like you in the first place. So you're not changing your appearance for your fans or anything, and then your fans see you with your new look and they're like, what the f is this? You looked fine before. We liked you before. You didn't need to do this. I think the truth, these celebrities just needed therapy. Look, every A-list celebrity probably needs some type of therapy with the amount of like scrutiny they get and whatnot. Bro, just pay that shit. You can afford it, bro. You make like millions a year.
Hollywood right now. People losing what made them unique in the chase for perfection. And if this trend keeps going the way it's going, the faces we've all grown up with might not be recognizable much longer.
Wow, interesting. Okay, that was a good video. Yeah, I'm finna pull up on stream like, hi chat, how are we doing today? Do I look better? Alright guys, I won't be able to move my cheeks. Unsubscribed. But yeah, anyways, if you're watching it too, make sure to join the Discord and watch the streams.
Subscribe to Tommy NFG.